All right, today, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm officially 2 months out from my bodybuilding show, and I just want to adjust that. Officially 2 months out. It feels really good. I started this bodybuilding journey back in like July, really, and started on a little cut then, and then committed to it even when I went on a cruise, and I've been really committed ever since like August. And I did have to go up in calories once because I pushed back my show. Originally I was going to compete in November, but then I saw there's another show in January, and I was like, I really think I would like more time. And I'm so glad I did that, because just getting your posing, everything together, you have to buy your posing heels, you have to buy your bathing suit, like your bikini that you're gonna wear on stage, and that was $350, which is actually on the cheaper side nowadays. In my last my podcast, I should say, my last YouTube podcast, Spotify podcast, I talked about the breakdown of how expensive it can get. And I said, I think by the time this is all said and done, it's going to be at least $4,000. I'm going to crunch the numbers after my show, and I think it's more than $4,000. But I have been doing this since August, I'd say, at least. So August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months, man. It's a long time. And I don't just mean for coaching, I mean for like everything. For buying supplements like creatine, protein, glutamine, multivitamin, fish oil, vitamin D, like all the things, supplements, food, paying for coaching, paying for posing coaching, paying for your heels. It's expensive, but I like the idea of more time. So to be honest, my biggest advice for you, if you want to get into bodybuilding but you've never done it, definitely spend the time it takes to learn how to pose. Buy your heels, buy your suit, buy all the things way before your show. And like, I'm talking like 6 months before you even really start cutting. Make sure you feel comfortable. And yes, you'll feel more confident when you lose body fat and you look better, right? I say better in air quotations. You look leaner, more defined is what I mean. So you can actually see the muscles pop more. But it's really hard until you're, I'd say, 4 weeks out probably. I was like 7 or 8 weeks out when I moved my show, and I was really starting to see definition. But then we moved my calories up. But the good news is I was able to go a lot harder in the gym. And that really motivated me as well, which is good. The only caveat right now that I'm dealing with, I think, is my right knee. I did something dumb, and it's not like it's injured because I'm walking right now. I walked 18,000 steps yesterday. But I was in the gym doing leg curls on the leg curl machine, and like hamstring curls, seated hamstring curls. And I was in a rush. Not really, but I was rushing around. I need to slow down. I get in my head when I'm like go, go, go mode. And everybody does this, at the gym, where you're like, I have to be perfect. I have to hit this, blah, blah, blah. And I just needed to slow down. I accidentally slammed my knee like into the pad, like that goes like on top of your knee, and I slammed it, and then I pushed really hard at the same time to like push the little other thing down that goes below, and I just did it too fast and I tweaked it, and like I knew as soon as I did it, I was like, F, like I think I just hurt my knee. I just hurt myself. But it wasn't so bad. I mean, when you are in the gym, or when you do something like silly, at first you might have adrenaline, or other people are watching you, so you're like, oh, it's not bad, so you just push through it, and that's what I did. And I don't regret pushing through it, because if I had really injured myself, I would have stopped. If I was like, oh shoot, I can't walk, I'm not going to keep working out. This was more like, I pulled something, I tweaked something. So that's where I was like, oh no, I tweaked something and oopsies. And I just kept going, which I don't regret. I don't regret at all, because it's not like it's debilitating. When I squat is like only the time when it kind of hurts, but it's getting better. It's been 2 days. I told my coach that too, so I'm waiting on a response. By the way, this is the dupe for like Celsius. It's the Aldi one, and it's actually really good. It's called Summit energy drink. So it is a decent amount of caffeine. I don't have this every single day, by the way. That's 200 milligrams of caffeine, 10 calories per can, 1 gram of carb. The reason I like this though is because there's no sodium benzoate in it. It is sweetened with sucralose. I wish that was sweetened with stevia, but I'm sure sucralose is probably cheaper to manufacture, but it tastes good. There's vitamins and minerals, and it's literally the same exact size and stuff as Celsius. So it was only like $1.20 or so. Celsius is now are like almost $3 at the gas station. Everything's so expensive. So there you go. And I am doing fasted cardio every single day, because even on my one day when I don't have to do 40 minutes of cardio extra, I still have to get at least 10,000 steps in. And it's just easier for me to get cardio done in the morning, because sorry, there's like a big truck going by. But it's easier for me to get cardio done in the morning because I can just focus on it, get it out of the way, and it also starts your day off really well because you already got movement in, steps in, fresh air, vitamin D, all that jazz. And for me right now, I have to do, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I have to do 40 minutes of cardio 6 days a week, plus 10,000 steps at least every day. So on my days when I do the 40 minutes of cardio, I'm getting at least 14,000 steps usually. Last week I was tired. I was more tired. This week I'm definitely more energized, so I'm definitely able to feel better. Even though my knee hurts, I don't know why. It kind of inspired me in a weird way. It was like, I need to slow down, but I also need to stop effing around. I gotta put my head down and I gotta get through this. I can't be injured. I put so much time and money and energy into this process, so I have to get through this process. So again, and it's not, I don't think it's a serious injury, because the swelling was only like a little bit for one day, and it was only sore really Sunday, and today's Tuesday, and it's still a little bit there. So I'm not going to do legs until Thursday. I'm going to do back and biceps today and take a rest day tomorrow, and then I'm just going to probably have to go a little bit lighter on legs this week, which is honestly fine because I have really big legs and they could always be more defined. But this is my first show, and that's kind of where I wanted to talk really fast, is that when you're deciding to do your first anything, powerlifting competition, bodybuilding competition, yes, I have been in the gym for 10 years, but I've never competed in bodybuilding. Yes, I've competed in powerlifting, but even my very first powerlifting competition didn't go as planned. I remember my first squat, I accidentally paused at the bottom and they thought I couldn't get the weight up, so they grabbed it, and I was just nervous. It was just nerves. Like, I knew not to pause at the bottom, but I was just nervous, and I don't know, it was just like my brain left the chat. Like, that's how it felt. And that's how stuff happens sometimes, you guys. Like, you have to just go through the motions. And when people are watching you, by the way, things can happen. So I was actually talking to my friend who's also my posing coach, Joanna. She's awesome. Shout out to Joanna Mar. Follow her on my Instagram. But she's helping me so much with posing and my mentality, because I think I just have so many nerves from, like, yeah, people are gonna be watching me and I can't F up. and she was like, hey, you should do figure, novice, and then true novice, because it's my first time doing bodybuilding. And I said, why multiple categories? And she said, well, the judges will see you more, so they'll be like, this person's interesting, this person's new. And then beyond the whole newness thing, you'll feel more comfortable in front of people in the stage. And then also, if you make a mistake, if you go through your routine too fast, if you trip and fall, which does happen because you're wearing very high heels, and my high heels are the least high. They're only like 4 inches. Some girls have like really high heels, but I was like, nope, I don't want that, because if I have really high heels, I'll more likely fall. Also, someone told me if you have really high heels but really big legs, it makes your legs look like not as long, like more like wide, and that's not the look that you want for figure. And I have big quads and big glutes and hamstrings, so I've been training for powerlifting for a long time. Like, you need a lot of power from your posterior chain. So I have great legs, decent genetics as well. That's just, I'm blessed with big calves, hashtag thanks, Dad. But Joanna was saying, like, yeah, if you do compete, you want to slow down, because she said she's seen people sprain an ankle walking out, trip or fall, and then there it goes, everything you've worked for. But if you compete in multiple categories, then you're more likely to place, because there might not be anyone else competing in those categories, but also you have a better chance. So like, I'm gonna be in figure, but I could also do novice, and I guess either open novice or true novice. I think I don't know, I'm gonna have to look into it, but you can do multiple categories, which gives you a better advantage to win, essentially. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because it's not about winning per se, but like, I'm clumsy, I'm nearsighted, I'm not perfect, and I'm nervous too. It's my first time. I'm gonna get my routine down at least a month out. It's gonna be 100%. I'm hoping to get it down by the end of this week, actually, so 2 months out, like, perfectly. But I like that idea. So that's where we are right now. Beyond the physical thing and the knee that's annoying, my mental health is pretty good. Last week I had some struggles with motivation. Ironically, this knee reminded me that I have to push through and that I am capable of reaching my goal, which this is my big 2025 goal, is to compete in my very first bodybuilding competition. Every year I have a big goal. Last year's 2024 goal was to graduate with my master's degree. I have no idea what I'm going to do for 2026. I have some work-related goals, but we don't know about that. I want to become either a college dean, because I've been an academic advisor for almost 5 years and I have 2 master's degrees, or if I don't want to become a dean, start my own business. Because actually, I will say, I'm just now putting into fruition, and I'm saying it loud, I am an academic advisor, I've been a teacher, I've been a personal trainer. A lot of my knowledge, expertise, and experience kind of reminded me that I would be a decent life coach. So, and a life coach is more than just, oh, you need to balance your life and organization and fix this. Like, it's rooted in psychology, but also in actions, and everybody's personality is different, and reminding people how to find balance and make time for themselves. And like, there's like a whole roadmap to life coaching. So I'm going to get my certification in life coaching. I don't know when that might happen, but that's part of it. That's something that I think that I would be really good at. I just want to try on the side. Maybe make that my main career. Who knows? But any Hoosier, this is going on to 15 minutes. So I'm going to end it now. But thank you for checking in and following me. I'm going to be raw this entire bodybuilding prep. I'm bringing you with me because people just suffer, kind of, or not even just suffer, they just don't talk about bodybuilding prep. They don't want to talk, but it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, you put your blinders down, you put your head down, you do the thing. That's cool for you, man. That's not going to fly for me. I need a support system. I have to talk about my feelings. I don't like putting my head down and shutting up because I just feel so isolated and alone and frustrated. And then again, really fast, this is what I talked about last week in my podcast. If you're doing this, it's really important to have a support system. When you have a support system and people in your corner that are helping you, reminding you your why, checking in on you and your physical and mental health, you're more likely to succeed because you have people that want you to be happy and people that want you to succeed. Same thing. That's what I tell my students. If you're in college and you don't have a support system, that's what I'm here for, as your advisor. But also, you know, tell some friends or family that you trust. Tell your partner, you know, why you're doing this. Because when someone just decides to do a bodybuilding show, or someone decides to go back to school, or even if you want to just buy a house, there's a reason. Don't forget that reason. That's your goal today. Find your why. And write it down on a sticky note. Put it everywhere in your house. Put it on your phone. Put it as your wallpaper on your phone. I think this week's video is going to be about motivation. It was going to be about supplements, but I think I'm moving that podcast to next week because motivation's where my heart is this week, so I'm going to follow my heart. All right, that was cute. Talk to you later.